I'm Amanda and I write a modern quilting blog called 3 and 3 quarters. In this quilting tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a really simple, really easy, very sweet square in square block. This simple block is perfect for beginners and all you young quilters out there who want just a really simple pattern to get started with. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get straight into it. So we're here ready to go. I've got my two fabrics that I'm going to be using in the block. So this one here is the middle square and this one here will be used as the sashing. I've got my rotary blade and my ruler and we will cut this block up. First of all, you want to iron your fabrics and then square them up. So we have the selvage going along this line here. And I'm going to just trim off the edge here so we have a really nice straight edge to work from. And just cut it off. So I'm just going to measure 5.5 inches and then cut a nice big strip. And then we'll cross cut it into a square. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Okay, keep this bit here and we'll just get rid of this one. So I've just turned it around onto its side and I'm going to cut off just this selvage bit here. And I'm going to count again 5.5 inches across this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Don't need this bit. And what I've ended up with is 2 squares. We only just need one, so I'll put this one aside. And this is our 5.5 inch square. So I'm just going to put this piece aside while we cut the sashing out of this fabric here. Again, before you start cutting, iron it and square this one up. This one is a full width fabric, so it's a 1/12 width. So just fold it in half and then fold it in half again. Just squaring this folded edge with the selvage edge that's just here. Just get it all nice and flat and lovely, and again we're just going to cut off this raggedy edge here. And next we're going to cut a 2.5 inch strip and we're going to cut it the whole way across the fabric. So we have a nice big long strip of fabric that we can cut our sashing from. Let's count 1, 2.5. If you're making just the one block for practice, you only just need the one strip. Okay, so with our strip, I'm just going to open it up and cut off the selvage on both sides, like so. The first cut that I'm going to make out of this sashing is going to be 5.5 inches across, as that will be the length of sashing that we want to have on one side of this middle square panel. And the next cut we want to make on the sashing is 10.5 inches, and that will finish off the block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.5. So now that we've cut out all our fabric, I'm just going to show you how the block is constructed. So this is our 5.5 inch square, and we've got our two 5.5 by 2.5 inch sashing strips, and one just goes on each side like that. And then these two long bits, the 10.5 inch by 2.5 inch sashing strips, go on each side like that. And that is essentially how the block is constructed. It's really easy, really simple. So first we're going to sew these two to the sides. So we go faces together, pin it if you need to, and do a 1/4 inch seam on the sewing machine, and then do the same on this side. And then you just want to iron them open like that. And then once that's done, you sew these two on like this, faces together. So a 1/4 inch seam down that way. Do the same for this side. Pin it, 1/4 inch seam, and then iron them open. From there, I will take you on to the next step. almost at the end. We're going to just trim off these little bits on the end and then the block is finished. So simple. We're just going to square this side up with this line here. Just grab your ruler, just line it up and cut and get rid of those bits. Do the same on the other side. And there's your finished block. Okay, here we are at the end, and just as you saw at the beginning of this video, that is the end product. Very simple, very quick, and so easy to make. The square in square block was actually the first block that I used to make my very first quilt. Here it is. This is the first quilt I ever made. You can see that it's a square in a square pattern. I made this as a beginner many years ago, and it's such an easy block to make. I also used the square in a square block in the quilt that I made in my fast forward video, which is linked somewhere here. You can go watch that. But this is the quilt in question, and you can see here as a bigger sort of version of a square in a square block, which is really easy to make. So if you're a beginner or a newbie to quilting, give this block a go because it's really easy to make. I know I've said it about 10,000 times, but do it. It's such a great block to use. I've got all the measurements in the description box below to help you with your own block journey. If you have any questions about the block or anything about quilting, please comment down below and I will definitely reply to you. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more of these sort of things. I will be doing more block tutorials in the future. Also, check out my blog if you are into quilting. Give me a thumbs up for encouragement. And if this block helped you out in your own quilting journey. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you another time very soon. Bye! Ooh. In this video tutorial, I just spat everywhere. Yuck. Oi, 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 oi. Oh, I keep saying it wrong. And it's just, yeah, whatever it is, I don't know what's happening here. This block is perfect for beginners or any of you young, oh, no. Oh my goodness.